Hello. Today I'll be rebuttaling J.P. Sears' claim that economic interdependence can create world peace. JP, I just want to start off by saying I do agree with you with the European Union. They've done a great job thus far in promoting peace, peace within. I do think that they've done a good job in creating a culture where the 28 member nations, they rely on each other. They need each other to thrive. That's the point of liberalism. That's the point of interdependence liberalism especially. So I do think that they've been successful in that. However, I don't think that it's something that will permanently maintain peace. I don't think that is something that is foolproof. I do think that there will always be potential for some kind of violence, some kind of break in the peace. So my first example that I'll use is the Brexit. It's been a peaceful thing thus far, no violence yet, but what it has been is this is the first time any nations tried to leave the European Union. The United Kingdom is trying to leave. They voted for this because of concerns with immigration, concerns with safety threats from terrorism, and especially financial constraints. The United Kingdom is required to pay 13.5% of the European Union budget. It's a lot of money. The only two nations that pay more than them are Germany and France. And the United Kingdom's reached a point, and they've been frustrated enough with these restrictions, or not restrictions, but these requirements, that they're ready to leave. You can't fault somebody for doing that. They're trying to run their country the best as possible. They want sovereignty. So, that's at the core foundation of that. And like I said, there's going to be frustrations, and that's what has led to their exit. And these frustrations could be made worse if the European Union tries to force the United Kingdom to pay an exit fee. Alex Hunt and Brian Wheeler of BBC, they wrote about this. This is something that will more than likely occur. And how will the United Kingdom respond to that? Will they pay that willingly to escape? Will they put up a fight? Will their people be upset? Will the people start, some kind of violent episode? Only time can tell with something like that, but it's something that needs to be considered. Because if you just think that interdependence is going to create peace and not have to worry about it, you have another thing coming. The social construct of constructivism, I think that explains economic interdependence, and sometimes it can overlook international relations because it's solely about economics. And unfortunately, in international relations, it's not solely about economics. There's also a social aspect of that, humans communicating with humans. That complexity of human nature is what's accountable for this, structured relationship claim. That has to be taken into account. And that's something that it's a delicate balance. Anything can break that. I think President Trump and China, that's something. Yeah, it might be a lot of talk and speculation that there could be potential violence, but just that example, just that frustration. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of time and effort that was put in by other people to create that relationship. That's led to frustration. That's an interdependent relationship right there. That's another example within this example. But it is something that could potentially lead to a downfall in the European Union and potentially violence within. My next and probably the most important point is that I don't think that the biggest threat in world peace is going to come from within a interconnected nation, interconnected nations. It's not going to be within the European Union. It's going to be from outside. ISIS is a great example. The European Union hasn't done much to stop them or counter them or fund anything to stop them. ISIS, as we all know, that's not a group that cares about what other nations and what other countries do. They don't necessarily care about the interdependence that comes along with trading. They're out there for themselves. Will they get to a point one day of stability and they need to create their own economy? They might. But as of now, they're a violent actor, and those violent actors, that obviously leads to a break in peace. Another example would be Ukrainian Revolution. That was right in the backyard of the European Union, and it still went on. Russia still invaded. and nothing was done. So it's those outside threats that I think are going to be the biggest threat to world peace. As, in this example, the world peace that's supposed to be brought by interdependence, liberalism. JP, I think you did a great job. And we can all hope that interdependence does lead to world peace, and I think that's something that we should strive for. I do think that that's something that is important. We just need to find a proper blend and work together in this. Good job.